It was the highest we've ever had for the past like 8 years or something like that. It was amazing. And every time they're out there, our statistics seem to boom up again, because the idea is, with the public, it's what's covered in what's called the ethics book, where they don't know who we are. And what this does, this actually just puts us on the map, so they actually see us there. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And it's absolutely amazing. It's amazing the effect that it's actually having. It does really well for us, because before we was like trucking along, doing okay, and then all of a sudden, as soon as these guys showed up, everything just went into affluence. Affluence is like all these steep rising statistics, and things have just been going on from there. And it's been quite a good, successful action. So can't wait for the next guys to come back out. It's actually working quite well for us. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So what do you want to improve about yourself? Is there anything you want to improve?
Not really. I just saw the leaflet would be, and obviously I'd heard loads about Scientology, so I wanted to come in here to
exactly my point.
All things.
Even though you've heard all the bad stuff, you still come in. This is what everybody else does, you see. The only thing you've got all this data, you've heard all this interesting data, which is like probably 50% bullshit, 50% true. And it's the same with those guys. You know, when the people come in, they get given a leaflet, they come in after this, and it's what inspires interest, curiosity.
Actually, I did get one leaflet from them. It talked about this woman called Lisa McPherson. Do you know anything about her?
Lisa McPherson, no.
Apparently it was someone about 30 odd years ago, I'm not sure of the date. Apparently she was a Scientologist. And she was perfectly fine until one day she got into a car crash. Then she got out of the car, she was perfectly fine. Then she started randomly taking off all her clothes and running around the street saying, "Get them off me, get them off me."
Shit.
So yeah, she got taken to a hospital, and then they admitted her to be treated with psychiatry. Short while later, some Scientologists came claiming to be friends of hers and discharged her, took her back to the Fort Harrison Hotel, and then something like 10 or however many days later, she turned up back at a different hospital dead. So yeah, it's kind of strange.
It is so strange, because Fort Harrison's only been there for the past few years.
Maybe it wasn't 30, I don't know. It was either 1917, 1990, I don't know, I wasn't paying that much attention.
Fort Harrison was built about 3 years ago. If you're saying if it was so long ago, then obviously they've made that up, isn't it? If you think about it, if it was true data, then it would actually all line up. But
yeah,
I'd say Fort Harrison's been there for the past 3 years, and you said what, 30 years ago?
It wasn't really paying attention, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's just what happened. But yeah, like I said, I will give you results. It's not a problem. But need your parents' permission on that sort of thing. And do you have any more questions about Scientology or Dianetics?
Not really. You said that the OT3 things weren't real.
The OT3 things?
You know, the story of Zeno and 75 million years ago. Aliens on Earth.
I've heard so much interesting stuff on that sort of thing. Just when I was like, I've got mates and then like checking all this stuff on the internet, and I thought, what about this? And I was like, the only thing I've ever heard of that is just people on the internet, and I've never heard anything here. I can say what I've observed of this place, and I work here, quite a lot. I've been here for 4 years, and what I have observed is I have seen people come in, they've got the help that they wanted, and it's really helped them. I've heard nothing about any aliens, apart from what I hear in my friends or from internet articles and things like that. I've heard nothing about. Have you heard the story about like, Tom Cruise eating these fucking nations? Oh my fucking god!
No, I didn't hear anything about that.
Well, my mate told me that. I work at Pizza Hut part time. He was like, "What's this?" I was like, "Oh fucking hell." That's not true. The silent birth thing sort of is true, but not in the way it's put in the papers. Now, the idea is they're saying you can't scream whilst the woman's actually in labour, but that's totally not true. She can do that. The idea is it's the words that are said. You see, when a person, because he goes over what it is when bad past memories, right? They have an effect on you in present day life. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Say your past affects you today?
Well, memories are what define us. So.
Memories are what, sorry?
What define us.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be yourself without memories, so.
Exactly. Now, bad past memories obviously make you into a person which is not as good as you could be. Do you agree with that?
Well, depends on how bad, because mistakes, you learn from them.
That's
become
true.
a better person from them.
Absolutely, you should do as well. Absolutely, yeah. It's covered in the book called Science 5, things that happen in your life that you should learn from that. But let's say, for example, you got a chick who was raped. Okay, that's a bad past memory, and that chick could be quite traumatised, could be quite afraid to even go out of the house, which isn't a great position to be in. Great, yes, you should learn, but you can learn from something but not be the effect of it, right? And the idea is Dianetics can actually take away the effect of that, those negative emotions that are attached to it. Still keep the memory. The memory is actually a lot clearer, but this way it's actually a lot more stable. You're a lot more stable with it. I've witnessed that firsthand, not the rape side thing, but the actual doing the Dianetics processing. My niece died. I had a lot of trouble with that. It was a lot of problem for me, and then every time I talk about it, I actually break down, and then I did the Dianetics processing. And I can talk about my niece without actually breaking down anymore, which is a completely different scenario to where I was. And that's when I knew. That's when I knew, Dianetics does actually work. The technology here does actually work. And that's why I decided to join staff here. So I really want to help other people in a similar situation. But obviously that put me into a position where I wasn't as strong as the person as I could have been because of that one incident that happened in my past. Okay? Now, for example, when you're young, obviously, even when you're a baby, it's believed in science. I don't know this, I don't know if it's true or not, but even when you're a baby, you're recording of what goes on. It happens. Now, being born apparently is a bad past memory. Like I say, I can't remember that far back. And any words that I said during that time can act like as some sort of hypnotic trigger. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So when the hypnotist says, when I said words blah, you do this.
Yeah.
When words are said actually when you're being birthed, it's like you're in a hypnotic trance already. These words come off as like trigger words, and they actually trigger a person to actually feel in a certain way and act in a certain way. But like I say, I don't know. I'm not too sure. I can't say that's true. The great thing about this place is what's true for you is true for you. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, fine, could be true, might be true, might not be true, wherever. It's not real to me at the moment, so I don't accept it. Anything that I've experienced here is what I know. You know what I mean? So for example, I know Dianetics works. I know it works. I know the drug rehabilitation place here works. It's actually 4 times more effective than any other drug rehabilitation place.
No, I didn't know that.
4 times more effective. It's actually the most successful for getting a person off, keeping a person off drugs. I know that for a fact.